Hello and welcome to the special ElClásico edition of the Rondo brought to you by ESPN Plus. If you love La Liga as much as we do, please make sure to sign up for ESPN Plus where you can catch La Liga matches in English and in Spanish. But we're not here to talk about every game. We're here to talk about one game, El Clásico, a match you won't want to miss. So make sure to stream El Clásico this Saturday, October 26th at 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Plus. All right, folks, let's get right into it. At the moment, Barcelona currently leads the table with a very dominant start to the season. I want to get y'all's thoughts on how these two teams look heading into this match because Real Madrid has been a little up and down, honestly, getting some draws in the process as well. Where do you guys think both teams are heading into this massive matchup?
Well, I think Barca have started really, really well, better than maybe we all thought, given the amount of youth in their team. They didn't obviously make too many massive signings over the summer. So Hansi Flick, new managers come in, all credit to him. He's built this around Lamine Yamal, as we kind of hoped he would. But yeah, no, Barca have had a great start. Madrid, I mean, look, the man to my left probably has more articulate thoughts to that extent, but I don't think they've gotten it quite right yet.
Listen, for Madrid, I think it's just going to be a lot more difficult in general, coming up with stars like Mbappe coming to the squad and trying to assimilate and find his way and his role into the team as well. But at the end of the day, I feel like with Real Madrid, they still have a very strong squad on paper, and they're starting to figure it out a little bit. But the game against Lille obviously was a struggle, so we'll see how they move forward. But I've been very impressed with Barcelona as well.
And that's what kind of makes this game so exciting for me is that there's, actual stakes to this El Clásico now, kind of bringing me back to the glory days of the early 2010s when we saw Messi and Ronaldo go at it with true stakes at hand. Last year, it felt like Real Madrid honestly just ran away with the title, and there wasn't really much of a title challenge from Barcelona. But this year, with the way Barcelona has started, it's been so positive. Low key, I do think Real Madrid needs to win this game to get back into the title race truly.
Yeah, I mean, and the year before that, you talk about last year, Madrid ran away with it. The year before that, Barca were kind of taking off early. So, it's been a few years, like you said, since there's been a big one. I like that there's jeopardy to this game. There hasn't been jeopardy to this game in a while. And it's great to see just as a fan. Obviously, you got millions of people tuning in. Should be a great atmosphere. And two different looking teams. But it'll be an interesting matchup for sure.
I just realized how growing up, how privileged we were to see Ronaldo and Messi play in their prime, and I remember skipping class to watch these two play in El Clásico. Forget math class, man. I was watching Messi and Ronaldo square up, seeing Ozil, seeing Xabi Alonso. Those games were just so memorable. I mean, there was a moment, when Ronaldo and Messi both left, Real Madrid and Barcelona respectively, where honestly, the El Clásico games were a little bit boring. I didn't mind missing an El Clásico game. I remember back in the day.
You went to math class?
Listen, I did go to math class. I had to get my algebra skills up for sure during those years. So I credit them for my algebra going up.
So you can thank Leo Messi leaving Barcelona for the increase of your GPA.
Listen, yes. After that goal celebration, you remember when Messi put the jersey up with that 10, one of the last El Clásico games he played? I had the best math scores ever after that. But I think this is going to be one of the very first times, where Barcelona's doing well. They have a star in Lamine Yamal in the making. They have Rafinha playing super well. Lewandowski as well, who's playing extremely solid, scoring a lot of goals. So I think this is going to be a great El Clásico.
That kind of leads me to my next question is, with Messi and Ronaldo, we knew who the difference makers were going into that match. Who do you guys think will be the difference maker for either side, for either team? Who will be the difference maker that steps up in this massive moment and provides for their team?
Well, I mean, obviously, Lamine's the one that everyone's going to have his eye on, or have their eyes on, rather, because, he's kind of on the come up, right? But for me, a really interesting player at the moment is Rafinha. The way that Hansi Flick has kind of deployed him as a number 10 when we all thought he was a wide player. Yeah. And to be honest, I was among them. Some people were like, yeah, sell him last summer. And he has proved me wrong. He read all of my articles on goal.com. and decided that, no, he was actually going to develop into one of La Liga's best 10s. He's scoring goals, he's assisting, he's had a good sort of creative partnership with Lewandowski there. And if he can find those little pockets of space and make things happen, I think Rafinha could make a real difference there.
I think where Barcelona is going to find a lot of success is in those transitional moments, because we know that Vini and Mbappe are not getting back on defense. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on Valverde to come and support whoever is playing right back. So we'll see if they could kind of handle that. I think that's going to be great for Rafinha to kind of exploit, going down that left-hand side. But with that being said, at the end of the day, Real Madrid, man, they just got so many threats. You got Jude Bellingham outside the box. You got Vini Jr. coming in, doing his thing on 1v1s. You got Mbappe making runs in behind, trying to get that space. He has the number 9 now, so it's going to be a very interesting match tactically.
Yeah. I agree with you guys, though. Rafinha is a big one, man. I used to not like watching him play. I thought he was so wasteful and kind of directionless at times, but Hansi Flick has definitely instilled that confidence in him. I've been impressed with Barcelona, but I'm wondering, when it comes to, holding and lifting up the title, do you think Real Madrid is ultimately waiting out Barcelona to, kind of flare out with their young players, and then they can show their class as we've seen them have? What do you think Real Madrid is doing ultimately in their plan to lift La Liga this season?
Well, I think the key for this year for Barca was always that they had to have a fast start. If they didn't have a fast start, this title's out of sight, out of mind within, months. So look, they've done their thing early. They've hit those goals. They've survived injuries, like you said. But man, with Madrid, like, they play their best football in April. And that's when Barca's young players are going to run out of steam.
It's critical to have, depth in your squads. And obviously Barcelona's relying on La Masia, which is, part of their history, part of their identity. But we know that with Real Madrid, they get better over time.
To really quickly get your opinion, because I'm curious, what side are you on right now in the Vini Jr. versus Lamine Yamal debate? Let's talk about right now. Current form. We're not talking all the time because I think Vini has been more accomplished so far in his career. But at the moment, who are you taking, Vini Jr. or Lamine Yamal?
So, Raheem, do you have anything at stake here?
Listen, bro.
Any biases?
Any bias?
Listen, yeah, a lot of y'all may know, I was Vini Jr. stunt double for a Nike shoot, Nike running.
Which is so cool.
Much love to Vini. So I'm going to have to give it to Vini at the end of the day, but not just because of that, but I think Vinicius Jr., what he offers in the final third, going at defenders 1v1, just literally instilling fear into that right back. Obviously, Lamine Yamal shows similar traits, but he's young. He still has a long way to go. He's 17 years old. He's playing at this level and he's competing at this level, playing very well. But for me, man, Vinicius Jr. he just does some things that just make me want to stand up, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is.
You know what? I've been next to Raheem in press boxes before. It was like a Clasico, like, preseason friendly. And I think at one point, Vini tried to, like, Elastico and then Rainbow Flick. He was screeching. Like, he was making visceral noises. It was amazing. It had been a rubbish game. Vini comes on with 20 minutes left. And he's just trying. Yeah, he's just trying. And he just makes it work. What I will say, though, I mean, Vini, I'd agree with him. But the way Lamine is playing right now and the fact that he's still so young and energetic, defenders don't quite know what to expect from him yet. He still has a bit of crucial unpredictability to him, which could make him a real game changer if he's on.
Remember Vini, when he first came to Madrid, he was playing in the academy, bro. He was playing at Castilla, trying to get minutes when we all know when Vini was 18 years old, man. 18-year-old Vini was struggling, trying to find his way, doing a little bit too much on the pitch. I remember when Benzema was getting at him saying, like, listen, he's playing against us. So for him to develop and see that progress to what he is now is pretty incredible. But that also makes me think that's so scary that Lamine Yamal is already so polished and knows exactly what to do on the pitch, both defensively and attacking, that it's scary how big his potential could be.
But that's what I like about Clásico, is that we get to see just major players right now go up against each other. I think that's an aspect of the Clásico that makes it so special. But what to you guys makes ElClásico so special?
I mean, it's about history, isn't it? Right? It's about, like, a clash of two cultural identities. You talk to a lot of people in Catalonia, they regard themselves as a separate nation. This isn't Spain, this is Catalonia, this is Barca, Visca Barca. See that pronunciation? That was
It's getting better throughout the episode.
But anyway, look, we can get into the complicated history of Francisco Franco and Real Madrid and all of this, like, really, really uncomfortable stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like two different cultures playing each other, not just teams. And there's something really, really beautiful about that. And the way that that's been played out on a football pitch, mostly peacefully, with a bit of this, bit of that. There's something really quite lovely that a conflict, like a literal conflict at times, has become something that's just like about a game between two great teams.
And what I love about the El Clasico derby, just with both teams, is just like, it's kind of just real life, right? Like, you go through ups and downs as a human being. Both of these clubs have had their highs, their lows, and just so much history between them. We talk about Ronaldinho, Deco days, Samuel Eto'o, to, seeing now for Real Madrid going from David Beckham, R9, to now their modern Galacticos with Mbappe and Vini Jr. and Bellingham. They're just, like to Tom's point, there's just so much history between these two clubs. And, there was a point in time where, Barcelona was struggling, man, signing the wrong players, really trying to figure it out. It really felt like El Clasico lost its magic of what it really was. But now it's always great to see both of these clubs doing well because it just makes this match so much more important.
Yeah, y'all are almost making me tear up, bro. It's a beautiful, beautiful rivalry that I think is encapsulated in this Clásico. Which team do you guys think has a better history then? Because you just mentioned Barcelona's incredible history, Real Madrid's incredible history. Barca hosted arguably the GOAT for over a decade. And Ronaldo was part of Real Madrid's history. Di Stefano, so many big names and so many trophies lifted. I don't want to put you on a bad spot here, but which team, Real Madrid or Barcelona, has the better history?
Well, I'm going to keep it really simple and make Raheem's argument way harder. Messi, Barcelona, Messi, GOAT, Barcelona, better history, done.
Yeah.
I'll say that Barcelona probably has the better modern history, like from 2000s, like Barcelona from 2000s up. But I'm going to say like in the night, obviously I wasn't old enough to watch this, but obviously the 1980s, 1970s, 1990s, I think, you know, Real Madrid probably might have the higher up. But then you have to also think like Johan Cruyff and all of them. I don't even know, man. Bro. It's crazy how much history these teams have with just football and how also like, I remember growing up in the youth national teams and they would literally tell us to play like Barca. Like you'd play a 4-3-3 because of Guardiola, the tactics, everything. So I wasn't just seeing it from the fan point of view, but I was seeing it growing up and developing as a player that they were trying to teach us all these aspects of Barcelona.
Final thing I want to know about this specific match though, who do you guys have winning?
Since it's at the Bernabeu, I give Madrid a slight advantage. I'll go Madrid, but I don't think a comfy Madrid. I think a 2-1 type thing. Maybe Barca take the lead and then Madrid wake up type deal. Go on then, mate.
I'm gonna go with a 3-2 Real Madrid. I could see a great goal scoring game. I think both teams are gonna create a lot of chances. I just see a lot of overloads for Barcelona just off the fact that Mbappe and Vini just do not like getting back on defense. If we've seen that before. I think it's going to be a lot of work for Jude Bellingham and Federico Valverde this match. But I think at the end of the day, man, listen, when you have Vini and Kylian on the transition, it's very difficult to stop. And Real Madrid, you know, Lamine Yamal, I feel like in moments they'll be able to contain him. You know, they got strong defenders, Ferland Mendy on the outside with strong center backs. It's going to be a great competition, but I just think Real Madrid have a little bit of an edge at home.
Boys, it's going to be a draw. We're going to get a draw.
Really?
We're going to get a draw.
What kind of a draw?
1-1. Yeah. And I think Barca will be the team that leaves it feeling the best about themselves because I think they're right now in the best form. Hansi Flick has these guys turned up at the moment. Leva leading the Pichichi race with 10 goals. Mbappe still confused. I think Barca gets a point at the Bernabeu and they see this as a win because ultimately holding off Real Madrid from getting 3 points total in this title race would prove to be a big part of the season.
No,
do you guys?
I'm sorry, it's just what's happening. That's all. I'm sorry.
Do you guys think that Lewandowski's a big game player?
Yeah.
Historically, a bit yes, a bit no. But look, when a guy is scoring goals like this for a manager who's backing him, then like I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, Lewandowski, there's no way he scores in this game.
I don't think he scores in this game. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he scores in this game. I think it's either going to be Rafinha or Lamine Yamal.
I could see that happening too, but that's the thing about Barca's offense is that it can be anybody. Like it can even be a midfielder. Pedri can get involved if he wants to. I think right now in goal and assist contributions, it's Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, and Leva who lead the entire La Liga. So their offense is incredible right now. It really is. But maybe this is where the tide shift and Real Madrid wakes up and they just start putting up numbers on this Barca team.
One last thing. Vini absolutely loves ElClásico. The last few games. He has been scoring and assisting like no one's business in this fixture. So Raheem's best mate might show up.
He's doing his thing, man.
Yeah.
That's what we do out here. Twin. Shout out Twin, bro. Shout out Vini.
Honestly.
We love you, bro. Te amo.
And now it's time for a game between Tom and Rahimovic here. We're going to be playing Guess the Boots ElClásico edition. Feel free to play the game at home as well. Let us know in the comments down below what you think these boots are. Boys, you ready?
I am ready.
Absolutely.
So to let the people know, we have to guess a La Liga club's name before we give an answer, right? To buzz in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Okay. To start, this is the first pair of boots that we're going to show you right here.
Okay.
Oh, Betis. That is Neymar.
You are correct, my friend. That is Neymar. Rahimovic starting off very, very hot. And now we have the second pair of boots right here. Who is that?
Michael Lele. That's Karim Benzema.
Makalele.
What? Oh, shut up! He didn't get it right.
Michael Lele played for Real Madrid.
Valencia.
We're naming La Liga
I
clubs.
was saying La Liga
He's
team,
blown it,
not a
he's blown
player.
it.
Oh,
He's blown it,
yeah,
he's blown it.
it's
Valencia,
Tom. It's on the
Valencia,
Tom.
Karim Benzema.
Correct. There we go.
Dang,
Tied it up. You have to say a La Liga
I have to say a club,
to
not a
buzz in.
player. I'm tripping, bro.
Yes.
That was a
I had
crazy
that
ball
too.
knowledge
Dang,
player
and
as
you
well.
see it, bro. I
What a
got the
steal.
boots. You stole that, bro.
What a steal,
You like
man.
don't
Jackie
care.
Robinson, bro.
I don't care.
Stole that base. All right.
Third pair of boots. Third pair of boots. This is an important one right here. Who takes the lead with this one?
Vallecano. That is Ivan Rakitic.
No,
Incorrect.
It's not?
Incorrect.
Villarreal, it's Andres Iniesta.
Correct, my friend. Correct, man. It's those skinny legs, man.
It's a skinny legs,
Yeah, I don't
bro.
remember
I
Rakitic
should've
having
got
skinny
that.
legs. This is your chance, though. Here we go. Pair of boots number 4. What do we have?
Ooh.
Mallorca. Gareth Bale.
No.
Incorrect.
I got it. Do I have to say club?
Give me a club.
No, you can say a player. It's cool. can say player.
Club?
No, club.
Has to be in La Liga, right?
Yep.
Betis. That's Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's correct.
How did I not get
That's correct.
Ronaldo?
That's
I remember
correct.
Those are the CR7 Safaris, bro. Come on now.
Okay, it's 2-2 right now. We have a 5th pair of boots popping up. Who do we have?
Celta de
Ooh.
Vigo. That's Gareth Bale.
Wow.
Gareth Frank Bale.
My God.
Bro.
My God, you're right,
Yeah.
man. That was
Those
quick.
I used to have those boots.
Are, the Addy Zero,
They
the
are
Safari pack.
They are ugly as
Safari
hell.
pack, yeah.
Ibrahimovic leading 3-2. But we have a bonus round. This is your chance, Tom. This is it right here.
Let's see what you
Otherwise,
got.
Ibrahimovic leaves with this invisible
He moved
title.
my mic.
Okay, it's a big moment here on the pod. All right, here we go. The next pair of boots is. Oof.
Oh,
Atletico Madrid.
Okay,
That is.
talk to me.
come on, he's got to answer it.
Ooh, that's
He's got to
Ooh.
answer it.
that's Leo Messi.
4, correct.
Oh,
Winner.
that's an
Game
old
winner.
Messi
Lionel Messi
Game
used
winner.
used to wear total 90s before he switched to Adidas.
That
and
is
yeah,
decent.
I knew that one.
That is decent.
That's a good pull, huh?
That is a good pull.
Damn.
Yeah.
Game winner right
Come
there.
on
Close it.
now.
That's a dagger right
That's a
there, man.
dagger right there,
Do you know
bro.
what's funny? We have done this podcast a number of times. I think I've only won one game.
Tom got to get his game
Yeah,
skills up,
honestly.
man. Listen, a lot of people don't know, but Messi had a deal with Nike before he officially signed to Adidas. He even has a commercial of him doing like step overs, which Messi doesn't ever do step overs with mercurial vapor. I think 2s on or 3s, I believe.
Ibrahimovic gets the win. Tom loses again, becoming the Valencia of the Rondo. What happens if he gets relegated, folks? Is it
I've
Corbin's
actually
time?
got no
What happens?
idea. Do I get booted at some point?
might
Because
have
it's
to.
coming.
Corbin is waiting,
It's
man.
coming. It's fine.
And now it's time for foul or play on El Clásico edition. You boys ready for this one?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, let's get started. Let's start with Barcelona will win La Liga this season. Foul or play on?
Foul. I think they might stay in the lead for a little bit. I think if they get a result, then it's going to be looking good, but I think they'll run out of steam.
Foul. I got Real Madrid.
Wow.
Simple.
Okay.
Simple.
I know a lot of people are talking about the struggles that they've had,
Mhm.
Mbappe not playing well. But despite all that, he's still scoring. He won Player of the Month for their club, which is going to grow his confidence.
I'm going to say play on, man. I'm going to say
Really?
play on.
You think
Even though
Barca-
Real Madrid has been great, I mean, I've criticized them, but still they're undefeated in La Liga, which is impressive. 3 ties so far. But I think that Madrid mentality really shows itself in the Champions League. Like, despite them losing to Lille,
Yeah.
I'm not downing them one bit whatsoever. But in the league, I feel like it can sometimes show a little bit of inconsistency with how we've seen Barcelona lift the title just 2 years ago when I thought Real Madrid was the better team. So I'm going to go Barcelona because of this hot start. But, man, we're just going to have to wait and see with this one. It's going to be a fun title race.
Yeah.
For sure.
Foul or play on? Hansi Flick has done a better job than Ancelotti.
Play on through like the first couple months.
Yeah.
I think Ancelotti has done an unbelievable job at Real Madrid over the last few years. It's been absolutely immense what he's been able to get out of this team in terms of tactics, readjusting things, losing Benzema. Okay, Jude, you're now a striker. Go on, buddy. Work. But I think Hansi Flick, given injuries, youth, not that much investment over the summer. For the first couple months of the season, play on. Hansi Flick's been better.
I'm going to say foul just because I think Hansi Flick needs some more time. Obviously, he's been doing an amazing job, getting results with this Barcelona team, a young Barcelona team who has, sprinkled in some veterans with Lewandowski, Rafinha being there a couple of years. But Ancelotti's been doing this. Like, for him, I think it's just absolutely incredible what he's been able to do with so many stars and so many egos and so many players, who want to be the main man at times. So I'm going to give credit to him. But at the same time, just like what Tom said, Hansi Flick's been doing an amazing job. He's blooded in Lamine Yamal to become a star. Rafinha is playing super well. Lewandowski scoring. Kubarsi, these young guys are coming in and having and growing experience as well. So I got to give credit to him. But, at the end of the day, Ancelotti, man, he's been doing this.
You got to ask me again at the end of the season because Ancelotti, I think, is starting to become known for somewhat slow starts to the season. It happened last year as well. 100%. And then they just wake up when it matters. So I think at the end of the season, it'll be Ancelotti. But right now, I think Hansi has been incredible. And honestly, if you're a Barca fan, like a dream signing so far as a coach.
Absolutely.
Fowler play on. Lamine Yamal is the best La Masia talent since Lionel Messi. Oof.
Play on.
Oof.
Play on. Lamine Yamal is an exceptionally gifted footballer, 17 years old, playing against grown men, playing against the world best, doing this in the Euros, winning the Euros at 17 years old. He does everything you need to do. The kid has it all, man. I think it's just a matter of how do you make sure that this kid is staying healthy and fit and able to play all these games, because we saw the same talent with Ansu Fati at one point where we thought he was going to be the second coming of Messi, and then injury stopped him, that consistent knee injuries. So I'm just hoping that Lamine Yamal just stays physically healthy and that the club is looking out for his best interests. But this kid is going to be a guaranteed star.
For sure. So play
Good
on.
Lord.
But you brought up the name that makes me think a little bit, because Ansu for those first few months to a year was unbelievable. And then, horribly mismanaged by Barca, by doctors, by pretty much everyone. I think Lamine is probably the best, but I think Ansu, had he stayed fit, might run him pretty close. How about you?
Yeah, but tattoo what Rahimovic just said about Lamine Yamal. That needs to be everywhere. It could be an Adidas hat, what you just did, bro. Because I think completely agree with you. Lamine Yamal is the best talent that we've seen since Messi. I mean, the thing he has that other players don't is that magic.
Yeah.
That magic. I get excited when he wants to take on these players. Defenders are going out and trying to injure him, bro. Like, that's some Messi just straight up, man. Like, that's the stuff we used to see with Messi. And if his physicality can hold, if he can get stronger as he gets older, I think Lamine Yamal does have a chance of becoming one of the best players of this next generation. And I just hope health is kind to him. I hope Barcelona is kind to him. Spain is kind to him, because I want to see this dude ball out for the next 10, 15 years.
100%, man. 100%, man.
That's going to be it, boys. That's going to be it. Thank you so much for today's discussion. This was fun. This really was, man. Thank you guys for having me, man.
ElClásico, man. It doesn't go better than that.
It really doesn't.
Thank you, ESPN Plus, for sponsoring today's episode. Reminder that ElClásico will be streaming live on ESPN Plus at 3 p.m. Eastern this Saturday. Make sure to sign up and tune in for the big matches in La Liga happening all season long on ESPN Plus. And that's it for today. Make sure to comment down below and let us know, who do you think is winning ElClásico? Leave us a like and a subscription on your way out, and we'll be seeing you guys next time on Thursday for our next Rondo episode.